Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Thursday, June 17th, at 3:26 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 745 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Mother made daughter, 13, help bury 4-year-old sister in NC backyard, warrant says. A murder suspect accused of stabbing and setting fire to his son cross-examined the 11-year-old in court. 19 kids and counting's Josh Duggar asks for a delay in his child porn case trial so he can hire experts to examine his devices. Biden signs law making Juneteenth a federal holiday, but some remain unimpressed. St. Louis couple who flashed guns at protesters plead guilty, surrender firearms. All the water's bad. In McDowell County, you have to get creative to find safe drinking water. Fact check, photos show Idaho teenager who killed his father. Rumors of U.S. secretly harboring top China official swirl. Hopelessly divided Supreme Court defies narrative with another unanimous opinion. Officer injured in Capitol attack says Republican ran from him like a coward. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Janet Malcolm, provocative journalist with a piercing eye, dies at 86, The New York Times. Hands-on with the Windows 11 leak, like Windows 10 meets Mac OS, Engadget. Missouri has declared federal gun laws invalid. Can it do that? NPR. Lala Anthony files for divorce from Carmelo, TMZ. McConnell vows to block voting legislation, spurning Manchin's compromise offer, The Washington Post. Biden signs into law bill establishing Juneteenth as federal holiday, NBC News. Tropical storm warnings issued for Gulf Coast ahead of potential tropical depression. The Weather Channel. Articles from the Weather Channel. Weather.com, The Weather Channel. St. Louis couple who pulled guns on BLM protesters pleads guilty, New York Post. Rick Carlisle won't return as Dallas Mavericks coach after 13 seasons, ESPN. Justin Fields buys into Chicago Bears plan to start Andy Dalton at QB to begin season, ESPN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Your unsaturated home dubbed little slice of hell listed for $590,000. Utah prosecutor sorry after telling candidate who disturbed his nap to kindly die. Israel strikes Gaza in second attack since ceasefire. Record-breaking heat wave beats down on western U.S. Capitol rioter indicted under rarely used gun law written to target black activists. Angelina Jolie might be pulling a bennifer with ex-husband Johnny Lee Miller. Naomi Osaka pulls out of Wimbledon. Republicans rip Joe Manchin's proposed voting compromise. Plus, the hypocrisy of honoring Juneteenth while condemning critical race theory. Joe Biden signs Juneteenth holiday bill into law. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. VO, homeowner describes house being hit by truck. Man looking for thrill jumps from pedestrian bridge. Man reunites with health workers who saved his life. Veterans come together to help one of their own. PD, suspect dies in custody after swallowing drugs. Fireworks tent owner gets into sign war W neighbor. Fundraiser started for man who walks 17 miles for work. Man finds expired $100,000 lottery ticket in wife's car. Father and son struck by box truck. Police officer killed in the line of duty. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Obamacare is here to stay. Brace for new healthcare battles. Supreme Court backs Catholic social services in case on gay rights and foster care. How climate change has battered the West before summer even begins. Many expected to shun Iran vote seen as presidential race of one. Yang faces backlash for comments on mentally ill. Supreme Court limits human rights suits against corporations. Justice Sotomayor, the Supreme Court's truth teller. Obamacare, Juneteenth, comedies, your Thursday evening briefing. Business updates, mediocre men get ahead in finance, women say. How should we handle ransom payments to hackers? Very carefully. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Scott Disick drops $57,000 on lavish gift for girlfriend Amelia Hamlin's 20th birthday, report. Senator Raphael Warnock falsely claims he never opposed voter ID laws. Farrah Abraham slams Chrissy Teigen's apology, says Cravings author shouldn't be cancelled, she needs help. Naked Tennessee woman armed with axe accused of vandalizing Walmart. Tom Brady talks Aaron Rodgers, Packers drama, he's going to make the choices he feels are best for him. Chicago Democratic alderman rips Lightfoot after completely hypocritical new demand for federal crime help. Grover Norquist blasts President Biden for rising inflation, first term of Jimmy Carter being replayed. 2 more charged in killing of ex-Indiana U football player. Student with Down syndrome left out of yearbook group photo of cheerleading squad. Former Washington QB Haskins seeks fresh start with Steelers. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, June 17th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. 4th stimulus check, will you get another relief payment? Many states ending $300 federal unemployment benefits early. Child tax credit, how much will you get each month? From Barack Obama to Kurt Vonnegut, book reveals how world's most successful people achieve greatness. Ford Maverick, hybrid truck challenges status quo, stereotypes of pickups, expert says. Bill Pickett Invitational Rodeo, America's longest-running all-black rodeo, airs on CBS Saturday, June 19th. Opposition to Pride Month proclamation could lead lawmakers to limit mayor's power in Texas City. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Big Nasty drags on a suspicious-looking cigarette before realizing he is live on ITV Racing. Rafael Nadal pulls out of Wimbledon and the Olympics to prolong my career. Tartan Army crackdown, Met issues dispersal order for central London. Shame of our rape justice as sex offense convictions tumble. Richard Littlejohn, the craze would blush at stop funding hate. GB News chief Andrew Neil blasts firms who took the knee and cowed in ad boycott row. Number 10 opens the door to early release from lockdown on July 5 as COVID infection rise lows. Couple caught having sex in Sydney hotel as office workers watch on. Euro 2020, Christian Eriksen's first words after cardiac arrest revealed by doctor who treated him. Victoria's Secret has axed its really harmful past for a very PC rebrand. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. 2 Russians, Putin got what he wanted from Biden, some great power respect. With deck stacked for hardline candidate, Iranians debate whether to vote at all. The Delta variant adds a speed bump to the pandemic escape route. The U.S. may be ready to see cicadas gone, but this French village has a statue, a song and ceramics in their honor. UK ends restriction on gay and bisexual men donating blood. These twins are 5 years old. They lost both parents to COVID-19. Books by one of Britain's most famous children's authors branded racist. Hong Kong police raid newspaper offices, arrest editors, executives under security law. Inspection finds problems in rest of Mexico City subway line. Israel strikes Gaza after Hamas fires incendiary balloons. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. U.S. Open Golf 2021, First Round, Live. COVID live, travel in and out of Lisbon to be banned after Portugal cases surge, Nepal plea for vaccine doses. Sergio Ramos, Real Madrid's loudest warrior, quietly says goodbye. Joe Biden signs bill making Juneteenth a federal holiday, Live. Denzel Dumfries and Memphis Depay shine as Netherlands sink Austria. Wimbledon blow as Osaka and Nadal pull out in ticketing snags hit fans. Trudeau nominates first judge of color to Canada Supreme Court. Earth is trapping unprecedented amount of heat, NASA says. Sherney review, Vijay Balan joins the hunt for a man-eating tiger. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Israel bombs Gaza City in second day of strike since breaking ceasefire. Biden signs bill making Juneteenth, marking the end of slavery, a federal holiday. Department of Justice, 2 states transgender restrictions unconstitutional. Impending wave of evictions looms as pandemic moratorium nears expiration. Students pulled from car by Atlanta police sue city. Live, ABC News Live. 94-year-old Asian woman stabbed multiple times in broad daylight, police. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Pornhub videos, women sue, alleging lack of consent. David Bowie painting bought for $5 expected to fetch thousands. Juneteenth, what is the newest U.S. holiday and how is it celebrated? Kenneth Kaunda, Zambia's first president dies age 97. Ivory Coast's ex-president Gbagbo returns home after ICC acquittal. U.S. Supreme Court rejects Trump-backed challenge to Obamacare. Abu Bakr Shekau, the mastermind behind the Chibok kidnappings. Peru election, why has no winner been declared? German hunt for gunmen who killed 2 in Espel camp. Italy cable car, outrageous video of the crash shown on TV. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. U.S. investing $3.2 billion to develop treatments, vaccination rates low, live COVID-19 updates. Our tornado warning system has come a long way, but it could be better. U.S. court sides with Catholic agency in care dispute. AP top stories June 17 p. Disappointing and heartbreaking, video shows people vandalizing Breonna Taylor mural in Louisville. Harris celebrates signing of Juneteenth Day bill. Toronto warning, twisters are hitting more frequently and dealing more deaths in the South. This could have been avoided, Georgia officer, suspect killed after traffic stop in Holly Springs. California sea lion born at New York aquarium. Yellen testifies on Biden's budget and inflation. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Deputies shoot and kill man on 215 freeway in Riverside County after pursuit. Wait, is that rain? Rogue showers pop up during LA heat wave. Elections officials alarmed by Democrats' plans to change Newsom recall rules. Forced flex alert of the year issued as heat wave sears California. California loosens mask rules for vaccinated employees. What you need to do during California's Flex Alert Power Emergency Thursday. As bookstores struggled with COVID-19, this Culver City shop was just opening. LA County ready to flip peacocks the bird. Trash, needles and fire. He's watching homelessness destroy the Bologna wetlands. I will never forget Carl, the friend, the protector, the dignified and compassionate escort to the dead. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, June 17, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Mass graves found in Myanmar amid alarm over human rights abuses. Previous infection with coronavirus does not necessarily protect against COVID in the longer term, especially when caused by new variants of concern, a study on healthcare workers suggests. The Scottish government is facing calls to issue an official apology to Scottish mothers who were pressured into giving up their children. It is estimated 60,000 women had babies adopted simply because they were unmarried. In the 50s, 60s and 70s, many women were coerced into handing over their babies. Child killers led to public square and shot dead in Yemen. Taiwan signs $1.75 billion weapons contract with U.S. Tanzania's Ivory Queen denied release from jail. Cases among Africa's biggest wildlife trafficking convictions, involving 860 elephant tusks worth $6 million. 40% of EU agricultural imports will be highly vulnerable to drought by 2050. Crops such as coffee, cocoa, sugar, palm oil and soybeans would be most impacted, though researchers note that just a few at-risk countries currently supply large amounts of certain agricultural products. Kim Jong-un admits North Korea is facing tense food situation. Ukraine says now is time for Russia to withdraw after Biden-Putin summit. European internet service providers can hand over the personal details of customers who are accused of illegally downloading content, the EU's top court rules. 3 Arab men charged over Jaffa firebombing that seriously hurt Arab boy during mistaken attack during Israel riots. Israel on Thursday charged a police officer with reckless homicide for allegedly shooting dead an unarmed Palestinian man with autism in Jerusalem's Old City last year, the Justice Ministry said. Ayad Halak was killed in May 2020 while walking to a special needs school in East Jerusalem. Sperm count not harmed by COVID-19 vaccine, study says. EU drafts 2035 death sentence for the internal combustion engine car. Netherlands offers free pickled herring as COVID jab incentive. The next headlines are from Forbes. Rick Carlisle leaving Dallas Mavericks after 13 years as coach. Stewart cooks up her latest entree, Martha.com. With Juneteenth, federal employees now get 44 pay days off each year. Alex Morgan on the Tokyo Olympics, her new iFit series and creating space for female athletes. This week in XR, Palmer Lucky's $4 billion drones, E3 announcements, the Tribeca Awesome List. Retail industry challenged to adapt to a digital world. Amid high inflation, Maine lawmakers set to enact first-in-nation program that will drive up the cost of necessities. Nielsen, streaming video audience share is higher than broadcast TV. Shirney, Vijay Balan's film about wildlife conservation underlines daily struggles of Indian women. Rick Carlisle stepping down as Dallas Mavericks head coach. The next headlines are from Nature.com. How 3 missions to Venus could solve the planet's biggest mysteries. Daily Briefing, Why Humans Are So Thirsty. Communities, COVID and Credit, the State of Science collaborations. China and the UK, making an international collaboration work. Most rivers and streams run dry every year. Fixing equipment in the lab teaches life lessons. Planned obsolescence. Daily Briefing, COVID-19 treatment helps people without defenses. Structures of human glue 2 and glue 7 homo and heterodimers. Why the supergiant star Betelgeuse went mysteriously dim last year. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,712,405,964 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Emmy predictions, competition program, can The Masked Singer challenge RuPaul's Drag Race? Check out Amazon Music's Wild Prime Day gift box. Republic Records, Sony Publishing, Spotify win big at Clio Music Awards. How Pharrell Williams helped Virginia make Juneteenth a holiday, through the governor's blackface scandal. Christina Davis steps down as Star's president of original programming. Tomorrowland 2021 cancelled by Belgian officials. President Biden makes Juneteenth federal holiday. Tulsa Race Massacre Centennial spurs small screen projects, podcasts, music. Grand Army cancelled at Netflix after one season exclusive. HER, Tyler the Creator, Lil Baby among 2021 BET Awards performers. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. New wildfires are at a 10-year high in the hot, dry western U.S. Unpaid caregivers were already struggling. It's only gotten worse during the pandemic. Missouri has declared federal gun laws invalid. Can it do that? Women will race in their own Tour de France next summer. This 14-year-old family breadwinner is part of the rise in child labor. One woman's decades-long fight to make Juneteenth a U.S. holiday. Juneteenth is now a federal holiday. Where no plywood has gone before, a space agency will launch a tiny, wooden satellite. Did COVID-19 leak from a lab? A reporter investigates, and finds roadblocks. The first murder hornet of 2021 has been discovered in Washington state. The following headlines are from The Week. Usher attended the Juneteenth bill signing ceremony, and lawmakers loved it. 5 scathingly funny cartoons about Biden at the G7 summit. The self-defeating opposition to Juneteenth. Mitch McConnell shuts down hope of Republican support for Joe Manchin's voting rights compromise. Peter Jackson's new documentary about the Beatles will be 6 hours long. Rap Paul Gozer's brothers apologize to Capitol Police on behalf of the actual sane members of our family. Fox News reportedly presented GOP activist guests as parents concerned about critical race theory. Stacey Abrams knows how to get things done. SCOTUS sides with liberalism in Fulton v. Philadelphia. Supreme Court upholds Obamacare for third time but sidesteps case's larger questions. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Threat of anti-trans legislation makes gender-affirming care harder to provide. Texas expands access to medical cannabis, but advocates say it's not enough. Mentally ill and sentenced to death. The next headlines are from Universe Today. The lunar lantern could be a beacon for humanity on the moon. The largest rotating objects in the universe, galactic filaments hundreds of millions of light-years long. Catch new galactic nova Hercules 2021 in Hercules the Hero. Black holes don't just destroy, they also help with star formation. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, June 17th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Poison mushrooms, how to tell. Longest sunsets happen around the solstice. Asteroid Psyche, $10,000 quadrillion orbital pile. The first microsecond of the Big Bang. Photos of the moon and the beehive. The next news is from Politico. Biden-Putin summit gives U.S. allies hope of better Russia ties. G7 host Cornwall sees coronavirus cases spike after sunny weekend. Temple of Gloom, restoration at the Acropolis causes uproar. George Floyd's murder transformed America. Obamacare now appears safe, the battle over its future continues. St. Louis gun-waving couple pleads guilty to misdemeanors. Senate confirms Chris Inglis as Biden's top cyber advisor. This is a day of profound weight. Biden signs law establishing Juneteenth as a federal holiday. GOP crushes Manchin's hopes for elections compromise. Florida GOP under fire for tweet accusing Democrats of antisemitism. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Victoria COVID live updates. Restrictions eased as AstraZeneca vaccine recommendations change. Cases grow in NSW. Australia News Live. NSW COVID cases grow as AstraZeneca vaccine no longer recommended for under 60s. Victoria restrictions eased. Netflix degrees in robot teachers. How big tech could shape WA universities. It's a dying uni. 2 WA universities, 1 student movement, differing results. U.S. joins race to develop pill to treat COVID-19. Murdoch Uni digs deeper into debt in the pursuit of new attractive buildings over staff. In praise of mighty eucalyptus, from moss and sled to a new perfume. Boatman saves baby girl found floating down gangs in a box. Race by race preview and tips for Coffs Harbour on Friday. Dutch seal top spot at Euros, tributes for Eriksen as Denmark return. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Personal Finance Daily. Juneteenth is the newest federal holiday and why inflation could create a giant wealth transfer from lenders to borrowers. Bond Report. 30-year Treasury yield sees largest slide in 2 months Thursday in turbulent post-Fed action. In one chart, Fed sees record $756 billion demand for reverse repo program and may hit $1 trillion. Newswatch, ETFs to turn to as Fed sets stock market up for rising inflation and interest rates. GameStop heads to IWF. What is Juneteenth? Market Extra. When does the Juneteenth holiday go into effect in stock and bond markets? It's complicated. Adobe stock heads toward fresh record highs after earnings. Market Snapshot. Dow ends down for 4th day, while tech stocks rally, as investors weigh Fed's new inflation outlook. Keywords, feeling FOMO or cave syndrome as things reopen? Here's how to get back out there. The value gap. Juneteenth is the newest federal holiday, a moment decades in the making for 94-year-old activist Opal Lee. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Contract rights versus patent invalidity, 2 key cases to watch. Law 360. Fed, Circ's camera patent tax makes eligibility rules murkier. Law 360. Too few women get to invent, that's a problem for women's health. The Conversation U.S. This Week in Science, Science Magazine. Who do we invent for? Patents by women focus more on women's health, but few women get to invent. Science Magazine. EC investigating Teva for competing Ms. Drug, the National Law Review. How I made law firm leader, the traits of a leader and how not to derail your career. Advice from Attorney Recruiting Committee Chairman Sandip Patel of Marshall, Gerstein and Boren, Law.com. Archer Schools invent teen pioneers fire amber detection system, LA Daily News. Apple refines their invention that will one day allow snorkelers and divers to take photos and videos with iPhone in underwater mode, patently Apple. Lead article, the Post-Berkheimer Section 101 Landscape, a survey of recent patent eligibility decisions, J.D. Supra. The next headlines are from Quartz. Watch, Ellevest CEO Sally Krawcheck on better options for anti-racist investing. One of African nationalism's greatest champions has died. The future of Victoria's Secret is in the hands of 13 women. The smart way for states to end pandemic unemployment insurance. Celebrities are crashing the creator economy. Hong Kong is officially wielding its national security law against journalists. Juneteenth is finally a U.S. national holiday, several years late. A hospitality manager's tip on how to entice workers back to the office. Watch, Boxed CEO Chi Wong on better pricing practices for gender equality. John Kerry cautions Egypt against fossil fuels. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. House Transportation Committee looking to restart federal funding of red light cameras. FCC gives ICE $8,000 to deliver broadband 5 feet from Apple's $5 billion campus. Australian official admits that of course Murdoch came up with link tax, but insists the bill is not a favour to News Corporation. Daily Deal, the World Traveller Bundle featuring Rosetta Stone. Canadian Privacy Commissioner says RCMP broke the law by doing business with Clearview. Recent antitrust push is weirdly narrow, pretends telecom and banking don't exist. After 8 years and 3 reviews of the case, Indiana Supreme Court rules police must return seized car to its owner. Content moderation case study, YouTube relocates video accused of inflated views, 2014. FBI's recovery of Colonial Pipeline Bitcoin ransom highlights how the ban crypto to stop ransomware cries were wrong again. Think tech companies are too monopolistic? Then stop giving them patent monopolies. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. iCarly reboot. Stan Van Gundy. Paris Jackson. DeGrom. Handmaid's Tale Season 4. Pentagon. LaMelo Ball. Sergio Ramos. Italy vs Switzerland. Chris Paul. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. San Francisco man arrested for allegedly stabbing 94-year-old Asian woman had been released by judge 9 days earlier. Conservatives pounce on Pelosi after she dodges question about whether 15-week-old unborn child is a human being. U.S. Embassy in Kabul goes on COVID lockdown after one worker dies, more than 100 infected in major outbreak. Argument over guns, Second Amendment and militias prompts Democratic congressman to claim U.S. won every major battle in Vietnam. Double Dutch, Netherlands make it 2 wins from 2 as they beat Austria to book Euro 2020 knockout spot. True African icon, Zambian founding father Kenneth Kaunda, independence hero who helped lead fight against AIDS, dies at 97. St. Louis couple charged over confronting Black Lives Matter protesters plead guilty, forfeit guns. UK must apply Northern Ireland Brexit protocol, EU says after London formally requests sausage ban suspension. U.S. Congressman attends Zoom hearing in pajamas, showing stomach and boxers to shocked colleagues, video. How the mighty have fallen, Ghislaine Maxwell wins whopping $13.70 in legal fees and a break from rat feces after accuser drops suit. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. There is a serious possibility China will occupy a Taiwanese island. All 29 Utah sheriffs promise to steadfastly protect Second Amendment amid gun control push. Governor Abbott announces $250 million down payment for Texas border wall. What's behind today's crazy market move? Scientists admit lab leak hypothesis was valid last year, but kept quiet because of Trump. Powell is promoting a public perception of inflation that is false, Fed admits it to new forecasts. Goldman explains why investors panic bid long bonds today. What if the mainstream media had told the truth? Market mayhemish gamma hammer sparks post-Powell puke. BOFA's new inflation meter shows transitory hyperinflation. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Mega drought taxing U.S. water reservoirs and fueling wildfires. Israeli air raids target Gaza for second time since ceasefire. Lebanon, energy minister warns petrol subsidy will soon end. International powers promise to help Lebanon's crisis-hit army. Detained U.S. journalist makes appearance in Myanmar court. Juneteenth national holiday is now U.S. law, marks end of slavery. Cheers to that, U.S. agrees to lift tariffs on Scotch whiskey. Can the U.S. and Russia reset their relationship? Texans to be allowed to carry concealed handguns without permits. Policeman killed, students abducted in attack on Nigerian school. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Hayward, swooning U.S. media failed to mask Biden-Putin summit disaster. Cruz, distressingly high possibility China invades Taiwan and real possibility Iran gets nuked before 2025. Black Widow star Scarlett Johansson accuses Marvel of sexism, my character was treated like a piece of ass. Libertarian mag reason censored by YouTube, continues to defend private companies' right to censor. Virginia, for left activists make list targeting critics of CRT in school curriculum. Joe Biden vows to expand Obamacare after Supreme Court decision. Inflation hits highest level since 1979 in Philly Fed survey. Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds increases riot protections for police, signs back the Blue Act. Nolte, Victoria's Secret seeks to destroy brand with spokeswoman Megan Rapinoe. New York Times White House Republicans are finally on message. The next headlines are from UPI News. Idaho couple win 2 lottery jackpots in 2 years. Look, alligator found hiding under vending machine at Florida gas station. Escaped elk runs loose next to Wisconsin highway before capture. Look, lost class ring found on Wisconsin campus after 45 years. Watch, briefcase of old photos rescued from trash at New York Park, return to family. Watch, woodpecker destroys nature camera at Russian Nature Reserve. Watch, Nebraska man makes 60 naked skydiving jumps in 24 hours. Look, police capture loose llama running in highway traffic. Clerk reopens store for woman who buys $1 lottery ticket. Watch, cobwebs cover Australian towns after spiders flee flooding. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Instead of skipping graduation to work at Waffle House, his boss and co-workers cooked up miracles to get him there. Giant rhinoceros skeleton found in China is one of the largest land mammals ever. Miraculous mosquito hack cuts dengue by 77%. Ryan Reynolds and It's Always Sunny star by a bad English football team to turn it around, now in FX documentary. 10 ornamental flowers you can cook with or eat in salads. 2 days after her wedding, bride donates kidney to groom's ex-wife. If you want to master a new skill, take plenty of breaks while practicing. Scientists design junk food game to help people eat less, lose weight, study shows it works. This single tree could restore degraded land, create a biofuel revolution, power cars, and feed families. Bees have a new, life-saving vaccine to make them immune to pesticide effects. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, June 17th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Idaho man's dog shot after being mistaken for wolf. It has crushed our family. Pornhub sued for allegedly serving non-consensual sex videos. Crayfish exposed to antidepressants are more adventurous. 9/11 mastermind Osama bin Laden's niece holds up Trump 1 sign outside Geneva summit. Teen kicked out of senior prom over her inappropriate dress. 3 Honolulu cops charged with murder. Fire tears 2 through water slide at popular New Jersey amusement park Mountain Creek days before opening. Baby elephant operate hand pump to drink water, video goes viral. Yes, Jeff Bezos could buy and eat the Mona Lisa if he wanted to. Putin impersonator beats real president in Geneva. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. These laughable depictions of AI can have serious consequences. This AI wants to play with your garbage so we don't all die. Self-driving cars are a no-go, so let's all pretend flying cars are coming. This training can land you 6 key IT certifications that can get you working, all for under $30. The Duo Turbo mobile hotspot can be an absolute lifesaver when you need Wi-Fi anytime, anyplace. Uber's disastrous economic cocktail, manipulating supply and demand. Facebook's immersive VR ads are the capitalist hell no one asked for. U.S. Senator outrageously tries to exempt AVs from safety standards, gets rejected. A brief history of our beloved mobile phones. Bad hotel Wi-Fi is a comforting reminder of the old world. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Beneficial bacteria can be restored to C-section babies at birth. Thin, stretchable biosensors could make surgery safer. If you ride an scooter, take safety precautions. Sorghum, a close relative of corn, tested for disease resistance on Pennsylvania farms. Probing the dynamics of photo emission. Passive rewilding can rapidly expand UK woodland at no cost. Heat spells doom for Aussie marsupials. Coelacanths may live nearly a century, 5 times longer than researchers expected. First months decisive for immune system development. Long-term Himalayan glacier study. The next headlines are from Information Week. Cloud outage fallout, should you brace for future disruption? The CIO's role in innovation. University CIO modernizes networking infrastructure. 3 ways CIOs can enable innovation within a hybrid workforce. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, June 17th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. Statements on Pam Melroy's Senate confirmation as NASA Deputy Administrator. NASA DLR study finds sustainable aviation fuel can reduce contrails. NASA Administrator statement on China crude launch. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Delta variant cases quadruple in Utah, but it's because of a new way of counting. For the Utah Jazz, it's win or go home as they get ready for Game 6 on Friday in LA. As BYU holds its annual football media day, all signs point to normalcy for 2021. University of Utah, BYU rollout name, image, and likeness plans as possible NCAA legislation looms. COVID test draws scrutiny, Inland Port OK's budget, and cell phone records on behind the headlines. RSL signs Utah native to homegrown contract. Bagley cartoon, Firebug of Freedom. They're dead now, because they refuse to get vaccinated, Governor Spencer Cox frustrated that Utahns are still dying of COVID-19. Utah's 2021 wildfire season is setting records. Here's how to prepare. Here's why Cox says he cannot issue a ban on fireworks in Utah and what he suggests instead. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Police bust ransomware gang in Ukraine. Nielsen now knows when you are streaming. Report finds phone network encryption was deliberately weakened. Major Australian banks, U.S. airlines briefly hit by widespread internet outages. Google backs Linux project to make Android, Chrome OS harder to hack. Blade, the Uber for helicopters and charter jets, had a fake spokesperson for 3 years. Hackers are selling data stolen from Audi and Volkswagen. Google's next AI move, teaching foreign languages. US, EU forge closer ties on emerging technologies to counter Russia and China. When graphs are a matter of life and death. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Drive-in St. Louis concerts will go on, but later, amid hate surge. Former St. Louis officer convicted for beating colleague, jury undecided on second officer. Local farmers work hard to protect their summer crops from high heat, dry conditions. Should there be a 9/11 style commission on COVID-19? Illinois starting $10 lottery for vaccinated residents, giving away scholarships. McCloskey says I'll do the same thing again after pleading guilty in gun case. Last detainees moved out of the workhouse. Earthquake reported Thursday afternoon in central Illinois, West Indiana. Missouri leaders fire back at Department of Justice in dispute over Second Amendment rights. Woman drowned on Big River at Washington State Park. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Newsom signs order to speed up lifting of workplace mask rules. City scrapping sports arena deal following notice from the state. Alaska Airlines begins daily service to Santa Barbara from San Diego. 21-year-old sentenced in DUI crash that killed elderly man. Biden signs bill making Juneteenth a national holiday. U.S. Open at Torrey Pines finally starts after fog delay. Blazing temps continue as heat wave persists in San Diego County. Padres to play at full capacity at Petco Park for first time since 2019. Woman killed in stabbing in El Cajon. What you need to know about the return of live music in San Diego. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Tax fraud plotter, the latest twists. Oshkosh sex offender found in Las Vegas after cutting off GPS tracker. Hackers can spy on Peloton workouts. Should you purchase the Fitbit Looks or Inspire 2? David Marlowe will be CIA's next Deputy Director of Operations. Here are 5 takeaways from the historic summit between Biden and Putin. Pelotons can be hacked, letting creeps install malware and spy on you. Mercedes C-Class Cabriolet spy video captures sporty exhaust note. How to track someone by cell phone number without them knowing. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Lockheed Martin offers Ukraine F-16 fighter jet. Ukraine to receive first French-made fast patrol boat by end of year. U.S. Army fields new counter-drone systems. U.S. Air Force develops bio-inspired micro-drones. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. 3 Chinese astronauts dock at China's new space station for 3-month stay. Surprise, surprise, China's state broadcaster isn't so keen on cleavage. Bishan, revisited, lessons from a rural utopia in central China. Nuclear power plant near Hong Kong appears safe after reports of radiation leak. China creates dedicated department to regulate private tutoring industry. Journey to the West. The profound legacy of China's Whampoa Military Academy. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, June 17, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. If you're on unemployment, California Ed says you must look for work. Lawmakers react to classified UFO briefing. Drive-through fair food event returns to Sonoma Marin Fairgrounds. World's Strongest Man competition heats up in California's triple-digit temperatures. Wildlife manager finds $1.20 in cocaine while surveying Florida sea turtle nests. Can I mix and match COVID-19 vaccines? Princess Cruises announce fall return to the Bay Area. San Bruno police arrest 2 men after high-speed chase. Victoria's Secret says goodbye to Angels, hires Megan Rapinoe, Priyanka Chopra as ambassadors. A 1,098-carat diamond found in Botswana is third largest ever mined. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Aurora's oldest park gets new playground. Chicago Bears bid for Arlington Park, Village welcomes interest, Lightfoot calls it noise. Senate GOP hails new Interior Deputy as voice of reason. Jim O'Donnell, if Pritzker gets behind the Bears, Arlington Park is theirs. Explainer, the story of Juneteenth, the new federal holiday. Priest replaced at Holy Cross Church in Batavia. R. Kelly nears okay for new legal team for upcoming trial. Explainer, what's behind the heat wave in the American West? Copa America cases of COVID-19 rises to 65. Former councilwoman's appointment to Naperville Commission sparks debate over intent of term limits. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Amazon, Sound Transit commit $100 MTO Seattle Affordable Housing Project. 3 Washington state beach towns rank among best places to live in the U.S. Woodinville's Chateau Stay, Michelle announces 2021 summer concert dates. Washington's first Asian giant hornet of the season detected in Snohomish County. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in Tonga June 17, 2021, 1341 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Etna in Italy. Drought is ongoing in Azerbaijan, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in United States. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Carlos 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, June 17th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Supreme Court upholds Affordable Care Act for third time, preserving coverage for millions. Our America, meet Opal, the grandmother of Juneteenth. Construction workers find potential explosive device in downtown Houston. Mies 13 member gets 50 years in prison in Missouri City murder of 16-year-old witness. Sugar Land man who declined COVID-19 vaccine speaks out after undergoing double lung transplant. Woman shot and killed while trying to flee carjackers outside Southeast Houston, police say. Stars young and old shine in Disney Pixar's delightful Luca. Hurricane Center issues first forecast for potential Storm 3 in Gulf. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Richardson stands out on track with long nails, fast times. CFP expansion will push conferences to reconsider divisions. Defend NY, Jets bond while supporting Islanders in playoffs. California drops workplace mask rule for vaccinated workers. Sentencing delayed from West Point ex-mayor and his wife. Banned runner still in Olympic trials lineup pending appeals. EPA chief reinstates Science Advisory Board he dismantled. Plan to raise 4 dams on California-Oregon line clears hurdle. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra Extra, How to Live Your Life the Lindy Way. We will not be used. Asian Americans say they won't demonize Black Americans. NYC to create college savings accounts for every public school kindergartner in 2022. Brooklyn Bridge bike lane construction starts June 21st. Man dies after falling into East River at Domino Park. Coney Island's Mermaid Parade will return to dry land in September. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. The Bronx has the highest crime rate in NYC. What do locals want the next mayor to do about it? Early edition, online retailers are pivoting to print catalogs. Farhadian Weinstein unleashes fear-mongering attack ads on 2 male rivals for Manhattan. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Call for political belt-tightening to prevent drought becoming the next pandemic. The Caribbean looks to research for answers to COVID-19, NCDs and climate change challenges. Apocalypse Now, Christian fundamentalists and COVID-19. Will a British ICC chief prosecutor be brave enough to investigate UK and its allies? Prison was horrible, but I will still do my work as a journalist, Jeffrey Moyo upon prison release. To reverse food insecurity, build a climate-resilient agricultural sector. Milestone moment for UN principles on business and human rights, but abuses persist. Setting the stage for wars during a global pandemic. Central Sahel, ground zero in tackling climate change through education. UN chief, desertification and drought destabilizing well-being of 3.2 billion people. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Putin-Biden summit begins. Fox 26 reporter Ivory Hecker releases tape of bosses, sounds alarm on corruption and censorship. Podcast, The Neocon Agenda to Militarize Space with Robbie Martin and Whitney Webb. Meet NATO, the dangerous defensive alliance trying to run the world. Fentanyl has changed the whole landscape. San Francisco faces worst drug epidemic ever. Biden, Putin summit summary. West Point forcing unvaxxed cadets into solitary confinement. Smart tech expert, future smart homes will include sensors in clothing, furniture, etc., connected to hazardous smart meters. Texas Governor Greg Abbott signs House Bill 3979 Critical Race Theory Bill. The same shady people own Big Pharma and the media. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Is this Harry Frog real? Disneyland Park secret brick on Main Street, USA. Scotch whiskey makers welcome suspension of costly U.S. tariffs. Biden signs bill making Juneteenth a federal holiday. Recall, nearly 24 types of dry cat food made by Full Hill Foods. Brief, global internet outages blamed on software bug. Walmart security cameras on shelves are fake, TikTok videos claim. Murder hornet found in Washington state. Weird living fossil fish lives 100 years, pregnant for 5. Is George Clooney's convict Trump shirt real? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Presidential vetoes rare in unified government. Viral video misleadingly questions safety of nasal swabs. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Pilot sensationally confesses to wife's murder moments after her funeral, cops say. R. Kelly's legal team grilled in court over contact with his victims. Juneteenth becomes first federal holiday to acknowledge country's moral stain. How can we trust that Victoria's Secret's empowering rebrand is for real? Conservative justices dismiss GOP tricks and save Obamacare. Half Full's last-minute Father's Day drink and food gift guide. Elite California private school comes clean on decades of sexual abuse. LGBTQ rights dodge a Supreme Court bullet, but more shots are coming. Whoopi Goldberg has had it with Meghan McCain, I don't care that you don't care. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Ex-student claims NJ private school monks abused him more than 150 times. Suspect arrested following series of Arizona traffic shootings. Thieves now mock the rule of law in progressive cities like San Francisco. Catherine Garcia failed New York City Housing Authority, she'll fail again as mayor. Al Harrington, Giannis Antetokounmpo is great, but very limited. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Breakthrough Starshot, a voyage to the stars within our lifetimes. China successfully launches astronauts to new space station. Relive the Apollo 14 moon landing in 3D. NASA is returning to Venus to learn whether the hot poisonous wasteland was ever habitable. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Will China's fast pace in the space race fuel U.S. ambitions? California drought may have solved mystery of 1965 plane crash. Record-breaking heat wave puts strain on state's power grids. More than 30 pelicans found mutilated along California coastline. Record-breaking heat wave sweeps U.S. Astronauts install new solar panel on the International Space Station. Spacewalkers install, but are unable to deploy, new rollout solar array. Heat wave strains Texas power grid. Record-breaking heat wave scorches the West. U.S. health experts warn of more contagious Delta variant amid push to get people vaccinated. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. A glitch in the Matrix documentary explores the dark side of simulation theory. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Rita Moreno expresses remorse over dismissive comments about colorism in the Heights. Former Governor David Paterson endorses Eric Adams for NYC mayor. Cincinnati Pride Way, City Council members vote to rename street honoring LGBTQ community. Dawson's Creek rider dies by suicide after battling long-haul COVID. 3.8 magnitude earthquake hits Indiana. Juneteenth, a day of celebration, political action and spiritual significance. Ex-American Airlines pilot convicted in 2015 triple murder of neighbors. Arizona police arrest driver after multiple people shot by gunmen in car. Dozens of migrants found trapped in Texas U-Haul, we could have seen 33 miserable deaths. South African mom gives birth to 10 babies at the same time, reports. The following headlines are from military.com. Top General downplays report of 1,900 lost military weapons, but promises an accurate count. Air Force Special Operations job transformation takes big step forward. Air Force kicks off search for new refueling tanker amid KC-46 woes. U.S. forces Korea civilian worker accused of assaulting parking lot attendant in Seoul. PTSD myths persist in the military community, new survey finds. House votes to repeal 2002 Iraq War authorization. U.S. locks down embassy in Afghanistan amid COVID-19 surge. Army National Guard to halt re-up bonuses amid sky-high retention. Subject of Army court-martial guilty of killing 3 neighbors in Kentucky. Ramstein staff sergeant sentenced to 30 years in jail for child sexual abuse. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Illinois to offer $7 million in cash and $3 million in scholarships in lottery for residents who've received the COVID-19 vaccination. Brood X is in full swing in downstate Illinois, making the most of the end of their lives. I think we can learn from that. Social graces, is it rude to make sure unvaccinated family members follow COVID-19 precautions? As COVID-19 rates dip, parents demand that masks be optional for students next fall. 13-year-old riding his bike is injured in West Pullman shooting, police say. Another juvenile, 15, accused of breaking into high-end Hinsdale dealerships in May, in policy custody. No bail for man charged with murder in December shooting of 20-year-old in East Garfield Park. Woman who has stabbed 3 people at random on North Side being sought by Chicago police. The Spin, Illinois launches vaccine lottery. Lightfoot continues to fight elected school board. Racism declared a public health crisis in Chicago. Uzo Great Lakes Center gets makeover, complete with a gaming room, music mixing station. The following headlines are from phys.org. Algorithm uses mass spectrometry data to predict identity of molecules. Drought saps California reservoirs as hot, dry summer looms. After 9 years and $10 million, Georgia spaceport nears FAA approval. Intensive water management in California promotes live fast, die young cycle in floodplain forests. Mountain fires burning higher at unprecedented rates. A new rapid assessment to promote climate-informed conservation and nature-based solutions. Changing a 2D material's symmetry can unlock its promise. Nanodecoy therapy binds and neutralizes SARS-CoV-2 virus. How cells read artificial ingredients tossed into genetic recipe. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, June 17th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. How tiny soil organisms could help farmers adapt to climate change. Psychologists explain why you cannot remember the movie you just watched. Loons in Canada and Wisconsin are struggling, but not in New England. Why? Plastics in the deep time record. Could this millennia-old remedy become a pharmaceutical marvel? The 11 best dog food brands. CBD benefits, full guide and 6 best brands. The dynamic, geological process happening in your kidney. The Viking longship, an engineering marvel of the ancient world. The century-old process of making decaf coffee. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Back home, Biden has daunting to-do list after European tour. Protests continue at Minnesota Line 3 oil pipeline project. Broncos quarterback competition goes on hiatus for 6 weeks. Move to the burbs, Bears confirm bid to buy horse track site. Dem set voting bill showdown as GOP rejects Manchin plan. Canada, Pfizer, Moderna preferred second dose after AstraZeneca. $6 settlement after KKK deputy sued for excessive force. Top seed 76ers, Jazz facing elimination games and semifinals. One of 2 ex-St. Louis officers convicted in civil rights case. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. NFL slaps 49ers Jordan Willis with 6-game suspension. California is coming back, Governor Newsom visits Oakland's Beast Mode Barbershop, makes pizza to promote small business recovery. Affordable homes could sprout amid Sunnyvale tech hubs. CCS Baseball, Track and Field Championship Weekend, what to know. Rage, cheers, readers reply to recent Nightmare Florist series. San Jose mom charged with son slaying agrees to extradition from Denver to Las Vegas. Fire investigators say illegal fireworks caused blaze at San Pablo apartment. Bay Area TV sports, what to watch over the weekend. General shocked by AP report on AWOL military guns. Urban Plate restaurant coming to Sunnyvale. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Republican senators dampen Democratic hopes for voting bill. Victoria's Secret ditches angels for Megan Rapinoe. Faith and Freedom Coalition strikes back. Biden signs Juneteenth bill, creating first new federal holiday in decades. Faith leaders praise foster care ruling, though difficulties may loom. Exeter School District probes use of markers to ID unvaccinated students. Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan could threaten U.S. homeland within 2 years, Pentagon warns. Tracy Stone Manning, BLM nominee, hammered over tree spiking incident. Trump administration cut corners to speed wall money, auditors say. New GOP support for infrastructure deal ups pressure on fragile Democratic unity. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Biden's defense budget is a big win for hypersonic weapons contractors. ICE discussed punishing any grant advocates for peaceful protests. Bolivian ex-minister of defense plotted a second coup using U.S. mercenaries. The G7 upheld vaccine apartheid. Officials from the global south are pushing back. Absent Biden policy, Justice Department pursues death penalty in Boston bombing case. Israel's new leaders won't stop death to Arabs' chants, but they will feel bad about them. Leaked audio of Senator Joe Manchin call with billionaire donors provides rare glimpse of deal-making on filibuster and January 6 commission. School privatization lobby places fake news on local stations. Stealing children to steal the land. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, June 17, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Adding checkpoint inhibition to anti-HER2 breast cancer therapy brings no benefit. Asymptomatic pertussis more common in infants than previously thought. NYU Abu Dhabi researchers discover orbital patterns of trans-Neptunian objects. New beetle-dwelling roundworm species discovered in Japan. Sensitive and specific detecting biomarker of radiation-resistant nasopharyngeal carcinoma. Excess nitrogen puts butterflies at risk. Theory of tradition, why architect Ciichi Shirai practiced calligraphy. Tailored laser fields reveal properties of transparent crystals. New analysis discusses role of managed retreat as a climate change response. Tug-of-war receptors for sour taste in fruit flies sheds light on human taste biology. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Contractor sprays Rockton plant fire with harmful forever chemical, prompting water testing. Some city council members wavering on renaming Lakeshore Drive, alderman says. Summer sports, arts program to enliven Lincoln Yard site. Justin Fields, great things don't happen all at once. Lightfoot's pandemic relief package clears first hurdle, includes midnight curfew on liquor sales. Man once featured in Chicago Magazine profile charged in East Garfield Park murder. Man charged with deadly Eisenhower Expressway murder. Bears rookie LT Tevin Jenkins exactly where I need to be. Earthquake hits Indiana, felt in Chicago area. Bears submit bid for land in Arlington Heights as potential new stadium site. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, June 17, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Upcoming Houston food events. There's a new hot sauce in town, plus an epic chef's festival. Houston Astros in the mix at several spots for 2021 MLB All-Star Game. Best Virtual Bets, Juneteenth, a 90s Cabaret, and Make Music Day. 10 years of Rolling the Bones, Shaky Graves returns to Houston. Abbott unveils first steps toward Texas border wall and asks supporters to pony up some cash. Project Veritas releases Rogue Fox reporter's secret recordings. Houston Ballet dances to a little night music at MFAH's Kinder building. Putting the L in LGBT, Julie Mabry's Pearl Bar is a true gem. Former Astro Cuchel on former GM Jeff Luhnow, we never got along. Houston Concert Watch 6/16, Sheryl Crow, Shaky Graves and more. The next headlines are about world records making news. World records bookend day 1 of World Para Swimming Series in Berlin, InSedethaGames.bis. Ephrata man dies warming up for attempt at world record motorcycle jump, GoLife News. Local stuntman crashes while attempting to break a world record, Creme.com. Gia Pergolini breaks S13 back world record at U.S. Paralympic Trials, swim. MV Augusta rider to attempt new world record for countries visited, ride apart. Juggler attempts Guinness World Record on air, WFXB. Yogi Fi attempts new world record for the first and largest virtual yoga event, Club Industry. Tesla Model S Plaid sets 1/4 mile world record for production cars, Hypebeast. Breaking the glass skies, world record setter inspires female flyers, STLtoday.com. MP parachuter wins gold at Peru event, creates world record, Hindustan Times. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. You can sign up to test Sony's PS5 beta software before major update coming soon. 10 things we liked about The Handmaid's Tale Season 4, and 6 we didn't. Mirrors that detect ripples in space-time were frozen to near absolute zero. Federal ban on warrantless stingrays finds bipartisan support. Florida Republican recorded threatening opponent with Russian hit squad, close battle combat, MAC-10s, silencers kind of thing. Blackula will rise again to seek revenge in new reboot. Making Mass Effect recognize my queerness was worth the wait. If Pixar made The Shining, it would still freak me out. Aging Hubble Space Telescope in safe mode following computer glitch. Vigilante malware is preventing people from visiting their favorite piracy sites. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Java in Oman at 120.74 degrees Fahrenheit or 49.3 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Dome in Antarctica at minus 93.82 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 69.9 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Game Boy Advance game gets split-screen multiplayer through new FPGA car. Newly discovered vigilante malware outs software pirates and blocks them. Amazon joins Apple, Google by reducing its App Store cut. A number of recommended Nintendo Switch games are on sale today. Microsoft's Linux repositories were down for 18+ hours. FDA officials asked to step down after contentious Alzheimer's drug approval. Researchers cool a 40-kilogram object to near its quantum ground state. Here's what's inside Google's first-ever retail store. Peter Jackson's 6-hour Beatles documentary confirmed for Disney Plus this November. Bethesda exec says he's sorry for lack of PS5 Starfield. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Former Aryan Brotherhood leader, and his mom, indicted for meth trafficking, report. Horrifying video shows ex-NIP cop attacking Capitol Police during Trump's insurrection, report. Ted Cruz smacked down for lying that voting rights bill would register millions of non-citizens to vote. Latest Capitol attacker charges serve another blow to Ron Johnson's theory insurrection wasn't armed. Florida man pulls gun on neighbors, claims they're spying on him for the Central Intelligence Agency and FBI. Watch, Cher describes how Trump literally made her ill, but she's sleeping better under Biden. Ex-Trump doctor demands Biden into a cognitive test ex-president took. Person, woman, man, camera TV. Utah Assistant AG apologizes for profanity-laced email sent to Asian American political candidate. Far-right activist Charlie Kirk caught by ex-congressman in hilarious hypocrisy over Juneteenth. Juneteenth is a hollow victory as Republicans like Josh Hawley push racist depression. Analysis. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. More chess stars are denouncing a cheating billionaire. The House voted to finally overturn the 2002 Iraq War authorization. The Supreme Court just voted to uphold Obamacare. Critical race theory panic is everywhere, just in time for Juneteenth. How retired Louisiana teacher bagged the Green Nobel Prize. How the fossil fuel industry convinced Americans to love gas stoves. Yes, we have an aristocracy in America, and it's thriving. Why are moderate Democrats channeling the ghost of Paul Ryan? Deb Haaland urges Biden to restore the national monuments Trump trashed. Facebook makes an awkward legal argument in dispute with Muslim advocacy group. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. As a scientist, I want to believe in UFOs, but, CNN. Column, the UFO report won't change minds, but maybe it should, the Salem News. The science behind UFO sightings and possible extraterrestrial life, Houston Public Media. The best places to find extraterrestrial life in our solar system, ranked, MIT Technology Review. Disclosure on UFOs, Realians hope for reveal data to be scrutinized with scientific rigor, PR Newswire. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Predicting resistance to anti-cancer drugs, Uric alert. Early amphibians moved to land came with a spine switch up, Futurity, Research News. Next super stocks on the move, AIML Innovations, OTC, AIMLF, Globe Newswire. Aptinix to participate in upcoming investor conferences Business A Daily News, Galveston County Daily News. Make more mistakes, it's good for you, Business to Community. They identify a neural stem cell niche, Explica.co, Explica. 2 previously unknown brain cell types have been discovered in mouse study, Science Alert. Cerebral modifications in glaucoma and macular degeneration EB, Dove Medical Press. Creative BioArray offers comprehensive stem cell differentiation services to accelerate drug development, Digital Journal. Spatially structured inhibition to find bipolarized parvalbumin interneuron axons promotes head direction tuning, Science Advances. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Aging process is unstoppable, finds unprecedented study, The Guardian. They discover the metabolic key to immortality, Explica.co, Explica. New study finds fresh evidence for our inevitable death, Science Daily. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, June 17, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. The Truth About UFOs and UAPs, with Lou Elizondo and John Greenewald. John Reeves' Alien Encounter, Beer and Billy Cox. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, June 17, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News I8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News I8. All rights reserved.